Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Youier podcast. I am your host, Elle Edwards. I'm excited to share the very next episode with you. Don't forget, if you're not already subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Turn on notifications and don't forget to get your free copy of the Youier book, youier.com/party time. One final little note, which I don't say every episode. If you've been enjoying this as we go through and explore the Youier book, if you know somebody who would benefit from hearing God's heart for themselves, would you do them and me a favour and share these episodes with them? I don't know who I don't know, and the more people that I can reach this with, the more people hearing God's heart for themselves, the more delighted I would be, and that's on God's heart too. So share it with thanks, and I really appreciate it. With that said, let's get cracking with today's episode. It's called You plus God's Love equals Unstoppable. Did you explore your love language and the language of the people you do life with yet? And what did you think of the results? Did they surprise you? I promise we'll dig into how God speaks your love language very soon. But I wanted to pause for a moment today to remind you of what you being you, filled to the top with God's love, really looks like. In Luke chapter 5, we read the story of a time when Jesus was preaching inside a house. 4 men came carrying their paralysed friend, and because they couldn't get him to Jesus through the door, they dug a hole in the roof and lowered him to Jesus that way. We don't know the name of those 4 men. Once their task is complete, they don't get a second mention. But they showed up, loving on their friend, full to the top with God's love, and did whatever it took to get him the help they knew he needed. How do I know they were acting as a result of God's love? Okay, I don't, not categorically. But they went to an awful lot of effort to get their friend to within touching distance of Jesus. So I'm working on the assumption that, at the very least, they have faith. If you'd have asked them, they might have shrugged it off and said they only had little faith, but they had enough, and they acted on it, and the rest, as they say, is history. What might your today look like if you could step into every moment, full to the top with God's love, being the person he created you to be? Maybe you wouldn't dig a hole in a roof, or carry a man for miles, but you'd do whatever it is that you being you looks like, and that would be just great. So my challenge for you today is simply a question. What's stopping you? Ask God about it. Write about it with him in your journal. And if you hear something that surprises you, remember to ask Holy Spirit about that too. And having identified the roadblock, ask God what he wants you to do to remove the barrier. Is there a physical action he nudges you to take? Or is it simply about exploring it with him and asking him to help you? Remember, God is right next to you in this very moment. He wants to be known by you and doesn't want you to be left feeling stuck, alone, frustrated or uncertain. You can explore all of this with him. You simply need to start with that very next question. And then, having let go of whatever it is that's stopping you, step into the very next moment, and the one after that, and the one after that, safe in the knowledge that you, being unapologetically you, is wonderful. Here's your Holy Spirit love note for today. I'm a good dad and I give good gifts. If life is a gift, why shouldn't I make it a delightful one? Papa, Jesus and Sam.